Now, I'm joined by the author and renowned feminist Camille Paglia. She's in town for a Battle of Ideas event in London tomorrow that will examine the myriad facets of modern feminism, including, Camille, the question of what women should be fighting for in 2016. When you watch a film like that from Pakistan and then see that we have another female Prime Minister, you may be about to get a female President, is the answer to that question not dependent on where those women live?
Well, I've constantly said that that the real focus of contemporary feminism should be on the lack of civil rights and atrocities committed against women in the Third World, and not on an excessive sensationalizing of problems that bourgeois girls are having in dating, on college campuses. There's been a severe disproportion, and for 25 years I've been calling for young women to stand up for themselves and to show responsibility for the choices they make in their social lives, and for colleges and universities to stop intruding into the social lives of the students. So the question then of what women should be fighting for is they should just be fighting more.
I believe that the proper mission of feminism should be equality of opportunity in the public realm. What I have constantly said, that women should demand that any barriers to their advance in careers or politics, be removed. However, the private realm is far more complex. This is where I oppose intrusions by the state or by bureaucratic administrators on college campuses who have now, in effect, usurped the educational mission and destroyed it in the U.S. And I'm very unhappy that those bad trends seem to be leaking over into Britain.
I see. I hope I hope that doesn't constitute a spoiler for tomorrow's event. Let me ask you, is Hillary Clinton a good feminist?
Alas, Hillary Clinton's prominence is due to her atavistic attachment to a man. Hillary has accomplished very little in her career, although she's had abundant opportunity to do so. I would have hoped that the first woman president would have achieved it on her own talents and merits, and not because that she has lived under the shadow of a very charismatic politician for whom I voted twice. I was an early fan of Hillary Clinton, but have become severely disillusioned.
But she shouldn't surely exempt herself from seeking high office simply because she's married to a man who's already achieved it.
I'm afraid that she has ridden on Bill Clinton's coattails at every stage in her career and has accomplished exactly nothing. And in fact, the sum total of her accomplishments the leading feats, this destabilization of North Africa is one of them. I feel that she is one of the most incompetent and corrupt politicians in my lifetime in America.
I hesitate to ask the next question, though. Surely she's a better feminist than Donald Trump.
Oh, alas, yes, Donald Trump is really not...
Is she a better politician than Donald Trump?
Oh, certainly that,
okay.
Yes. Hillary Clinton...
So she's the second worst ever.
She's a consummate politician, but she's really a bureaucrat. She likes to maneuver behind the scenes. She has an enormous staff who feed her lines. Everything she does is poll tested and so on. I feel that Senator Dianne Feinstein of California should have been the first woman president. That was a woman of true gravitas.
She still might be.
Well, the problem is in the United States is that people running for president must subject themselves to 1 or 2 years of their whole lives are consumed with dunning money and trying to appeal to this enormous country. Even one of our states is as big as Europe. If indeed we had the system that you have, where a person can rise to the top of a party, and then when that party takes over, that person is prime minister, we would have had a woman president long before this.
Briefly, Camille, if you would, you wrote in May about Donald Trump. You described him as a master of the unexpected. It wasn't an admiring piece necessarily, but you seem to have been susceptible to some of his charms. Has he got any left?
Well, if Donald Trump wins, it is because of a populist fatigue with a tyranny by a political structure in Washington, which is essentially a uniparty. There's really very little difference between Democrats and Republicans, and also there's an incestuous relationship with the mainstream media, where it's possible for people
to make fortunes. I don't think it's understood from the point of view of Europe how corrupt our mainstream media is.
And
so if Trump wins, it's going to shatter the power structures of two parties and of the media.
And we've clearly barely scratched the surface. Camille Paglia, many thanks indeed for your time this evening. And that is indeed all that we have time for. Good night.